Ready Check Radio.
Stand by as we get ready to serve up all your news this week in the world of gaming. Welcome to Gaming Gumbo. Hello, Internet. It's Tuesday. It's 7 p.m. Eastern. That means here on Ready Check Radio, it's now time for Gaming Gumbo. We're back. It's been a hell of a summer on my side, moving kids to different colleges. My daughter's freshman year, Torchwick's senior year. My oldest son moving to Ohio and Final Fantasy, and it's just been a hectic summer. And then Dom and Yod had like 1 week where they couldn't make it. But
has Torchwick been at college for that long?
Yeah, he moved back last week. Like last Sunday, Monday, and that starts his senior year. Yeah,
it's his senior year already.
Yeah.
Shit.
So if you are a longtime viewer, thank you for being patient while we got through a very, very hectic summer. Really, there's only the Final Fantasy trading card game Nationals coming up the last week of September. I will be in LA for that, so there will be like a Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday that's canceled there as far as 2 Gaming Gumbos and 1 Final Fantasy, the Relic Grind. But other than that, back to normal, except, as you'll notice, this show will now be live on twitch.tv/ReadyCheckRadio at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays instead of Saturdays. The Relic Grind will still be on Thursdays, so that doesn't change. Just a day shift for Gaming Gumbo, but it's so good to be back. It's episode 127. If you're watching on YouTube, listening on Spotify, Audible, I'm out of practice. Spottable and Audify. Thank you so much. While you're there, give it a like, a subscribe, turn the notifications on, all that good stuff that feeds the algorithm. Joining me today to go over all kinds of wonderful gaming news, a potluck of gaming news, if you will, Mr. Dom Greco. What's up, sir? You have not been spotted on a Coldplay cam, have you?
Not yet. But yeah, it's this year's been crazy with concerts. I've been to I think 30 concerts this year, and I've like 10 more lined up.
Oh, good grief!
So, yeah,
You have that kind of energy.
and I'm in the pit for all of them. So you know.
Also on the line, resident artist of Ready Check Radio, Yod. What's up, boss?
Well, this pristine condition box I've got here.
The
that I found at Micro
Y'shtola
Center.
Commander
Yes, I had
deck.
to get the Y'shtola, yes.
I have.
She will never come out of the box.
Don't spill any coffee on it.
In my background, you can see it right there. I mean, I have all the like Final Fantasy TCG sealed box product, but right there, I do have 1 booster box of the Final Fantasy booster set as well. I don't play Magic the Gathering these days, but I had to buy 1.
Yeah. I've never played it before. I don't plan on playing it, but it's Y'shtola.
It is.
We saw the box at Micro Center. It was fate. I had to get it.
I'm just here for an HDMI cable and this Y'shtola and this chair and this paddle ball. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's a reference to The Jerk, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the movie. Fantastic. Yeah, we've had a lot of gaming stuff in the last 2 months here. Obviously, we can't cover it all. Everything that's happened basically this summer. We had Gamescom. We've had other conventions. We've had layoffs. Like, we've had good news, bad news across the board, Dom. But before we kind of get to, like, I referenced a potluck episode, and that's kind of what today is. Let's just take a look across the 3 of us at things in gaming that interested us over the last 2 months or so, and just kind of talk about those. And then, of course, next week we can kind of start looking at the news in 1 week intervals the way we normally do on this show. So, Dom, let's start with you, man. What have you been playing this summer? What's been booted up on your machines there lately?
So I just played through the new season of Path of Exile 2.
They're running like a free trial thing too, aren't they?
They were for the weekend. It's over now.
Okay.
Yeah. but yeah, new season, they introduced a new act and then some additional like side quest stuff. And they originally, because you had the first 3 acts and then you would go back and do them on cruel difficulty level, but they took cruel difficulty out now and they replaced it with Act 4 plus the bonus. I was worried there wasn't going to be enough content. It took me from Friday morning at 9 a.m. to basically playing until midnight, right? Through Saturday and Sunday to finish all the content. So there was plenty. There is plenty of content, plus, you know, the usual farming of whatnot afterwards. So there was quite a bit there. Outside of that, I've been playing some Mario Kart. Haven't touched that in a while now, but I beat it. I got all the P-switches, all the stickers, everything that you could get out of single player mode. I've 100% the game. And then I'm working on Donkey Kong right now. There was like, I played it like the week it came out, maybe a day or two after it came out. And then there was like a 2-month gap and I didn't play it again until last night because I just have been really busy. So I will get around to finishing Donkey Kong at some point.
How are you enjoying the Switch 2 in general? Like, obviously, there were concerns going into launch about game prices and the cart being really just a key instead of the actual game for some products. And
Don't
now
forget
we're
about
seeing
staples in the screen.
Well, yeah, that was a GameStop thing. That wasn't a Nintendo thing. But yeah, they
I got
sold
mine through a Walmart, so
they sold
I
that.
didn't have any staples.
Did you guys see they sold that stapler in an online auction? The offending
Oh my
GameStop
God.
stapler. Yeah, they sold
my
it
God.
and raised the money for charity. Like it went to a
Oh,
charity.
that's
This
good.
is
That's
very, very, very cool of them. But and now
That is
there's like
cool.
reports like the dock has a kind of proprietary connection to the USB-C, even though it is still USB-C, preventing like regular hubs from just that worked on the Switch 1 from working on the Switch 2. Like, so what's your kind of overall review now that you've had the Switch 2 for a while and you've
I mean, I'm probably a little different than most people because I don't play it in handheld mode ever. It's a docked console for me 100% of the time. So I'm playing it like it's a regular game console. For what it is, I've really only get it to play the proprietary Nintendo games. I don't play. I have a
Right.
PC. I have a PlayStation. I don't need to play anything else on it but the Nintendo games. So for Mario Kart, I think I was a little disappointed. They turned the game into more of a Tony Hawk Pro Skater than they did, a Mario Kart. It's about how many tricks you could do and whatnot, bouncing off rails and walls and comboing all that than it is actually racing anymore. It does not feel like Mario Kart to me. I personally don't enjoy it. Tracks aside, the tracks are fantastic. Like, I know there's a lot of controversy with that and the way that they forced you to do the straight kind of raceways. I thought they were kind of cool, but like I get the desire people want for the classic 3-lap race. They did go back and now they've fixed that, but I believe in multiplayer you can have those online. It's just not for me. I just don't enjoy what the tricks have become. So it's fine. I still 100% it. I got everything there is to do. And then Donkey Kong seems like there's way more collectibles. That's going to hold me over at least until Metroid comes out. If not, I'll probably still have some Donkey Kong to work on until Metroid. I think their pacing's okay. I'm kind of casual when it comes to gaming now. So
Well, yeah,
I'm
because
not,
you're
like,
a try-hard,
craving.
sweaty concert goer now.
Yeah, I just got back
gotta get on
I
a
just got back from
Discman.
System of a Down and Corn. So, I'm still recovering from that pit. But yeah. But I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I'm excited for. We'll cover some of that a little bit later on, but the one that's has not been really like listed anywhere here is Slay the Spire 2. I'm looking very forward to that.
You and many others. What about you, Yod? What you been doing besides the art? What have you been doing on the gaming front?
Obviously Final Fantasy 14, because you do, because
Yeah.
you got to do your dailies.
Lots of stuff to talk about there when we do the relic grind again on Thursday.
Right. That's what I hear. For a little while, I jumped into Blade and Soul Neo, just because it was shiny. But it's the same game. It's just shinier, and lost interest there pretty quick. A lot of the what is it? The Nintendo Online stuff, where you can play old games.
Yeah, with their classic service. Yeah.
Yeah. Just picking up classic games here or there, just to kill time, that type of thing. Not too much. Not too much in gaming. Uh, Probably actually gonna jump into Helldivers 2 because while I was in Chicago, my cousins convinced me that might have a crew going in for it.
Well, I mean, you've got to help spread democracy, Odd.
Right,
Uh,
exactly,
For
exactly.
democracy.
it's mandated. It's mandated. Just make
Yeah,
sure you read
yeah.
the contract. I don't know. I think you and I, Dom, have mentioned Legal Eagle a couple of times on this show before, and obviously some other gaming lawyers. But Legal Eagle just did an episode this past week on reviewing the Helldivers 2 recruitment contract that is shown on the tablets on the wall. And it is absolutely brilliant video. If you have not seen it, go watch it. It is
That
so
sounds
funny.
amazing.
It is so funny. They talk about how some of this like actually might be in that world legally enforceable, and then how some of it runs, roughshod over existing laws. It's super interesting. Go check it out. So yeah, Helldivers 2 definitely one that I could see myself jumping back into here.
There were a lot of updates in the one that just came out. What was it? Today, I think they dropped a patch.
Yeah.
So
I have been
I
playing an obscene amount of World of Warcraft, Dom.
yeah, I've also been back into WoW.
Yeah, I mean, so Final Fantasy 14, no surprises here, right? We talked about on shows in the Relic Grind before we went on a little bit of a hiatus, and not a lot has changed on that front. I mean, we got 7.3 and new content and that stuff, but I've still, just I'm like many where Dawn Trail is just kind of ho-hum for me. I don't hate it. I'm not particularly enamored with it. I go and I do my little things. Like right now, I'm grinding Allied Tribes rep with the latest faction there, but that's kind of really all I do. I finish the story. I finish the raids. I will say, and we'll talk more about it Thursday, that the 24-person Alliance raid just has had me grinning from ear to ear as I
Which
do
one
it.
was that?
So the first segment was Juno, and the second one was Sandoria. It's FF11 based.
Okay, I don't
So
think I got to the second one
I
yet.
just
But I
wish
think
we
I
would have
finished the
seen
first
more
one.
Sandoria in the second walk. But so yeah, I've been kind of taking a break from 14 and just maybe logging in a day every day to do my dailies, and then I'm kind of done, caught up, all that stuff, but not really farming or running savages or ultimates or anything like that. I'm just not interested in it. Kind of just ready for 8.0. So
There was one other game. There was one other game that it's a demo. I don't know if the actual game's out yet, but because you know me, I'm itching for first person shooter since I dropped Destiny.
yeah,
Um, I found a game called Jump Ship. I don't know if I mentioned that the last time we did Gaming Gumbo, but
Sounds familiar.
yeah, Jump Ship. I think it's now called Jump Space. It's got some first person shooter aspects to it, kind of Destiny feeling, but in your actual ship, you can actually have like a crew of 3 of your friends with you, and one guy's piloting, one guy's shooting, and like there's damage to your ship, you have to go out and fix it, which is I thought a neat aspect to the game. But like I said, the demo's out. I don't know if the game itself is out yet because I've been a little out of the loop the past 2
the
weeks.
game
It's
comes out
like
September 19th, so a little over 2
okay,
weeks. Early access starts in a little over 2 weeks. I've been kind of
okay.
watching that one too. I did not play the demo, so I'm glad to hear good things about it.
Yeah, the demo is amazing. I do feel like you need a crew with you of at least 2 other people, if
Yeah.
not 3. I don't remember if it's a 3 or 4 person crew that you need. But yeah,
The War Within
a lot
got
of
me, Dom. It really got me.
Did.
I mean, it helps that like my 2 brothers have come back to it after my older brother or my younger brother. Both of my brothers are younger. The closest one to me, Havoc, who has been on this show and hangs out in the chat and everything. He's been away from World of Warcraft for probably like over 10 years, like 10, 15 years. And
Yeah.
he used to be like
Yeah.
hardcore progression Raider Guild guy back then. And so him coming back and like having to relearn all these systems and stuff. And then my youngest brother, Lou, also being on here. on there, trying it out for the first time. Not really a huge MMO guy, so that's certainly helped. But it's not like I can play with them. I can play with Havoc now. He's finally caught up, but Lou's still getting there. But I've been spending a lot of time alone just playing it. I have probably like 6 80s now, 3 of which are like Mythic plus. You know, they're geared enough to be running +5s, +6, +7s, +8s, +9s. They're at like 695 gear scores, and I'm ready for midnight, man. I pre-ordered it. Like,
Yep.
I'm ready to go. I'm really liking this kind of new direction for World of Warcraft and from Blizzard.
Did you do the big pre-order?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I got my 2,000 trading tender and the housing,
the player housing.
Yeah, the preview and early access to all of that.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
I'm just really enjoying, I don't think the story is incredibly in depth right now, but I'm giving that a little bit of slack because it's a trilogy, right, of expansions.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll see. Like Midnight will kind of be the deciding factor for me on the narrative portion. But they've also gone back and like retconned the shit out of Shadowlands and just like started ripping all of that stuff out of the WoW lore. So
probably a good idea.
Yeah, just really.
I mean, they are,
it.
but they're not at the same time. Like they're
like it's not in the Chronicle, right? Like a lot of that stuff isn't in the Chronicles. But yeah, so really enjoying that. We're gonna talk more about that in a minute, so I'll just kind of skip that one. But I do want to talk about. You had mentioned some like classic games. During my one of my travels here to North Carolina, I actually stopped at the Limited Run Games physical store in Cary, North Carolina. And I'd never been there before. It's like their only store. And I'm like, yeah, I love Limited Run. I'm going to go in and it's just going to be all Limited Run's products, right? It is not. It is a fantastic store if you ever get a chance there. Not only is there all the Limited Run stuff and all the Way Forward stuff and all the boxes but they also have huge sections of just like retro collectible games in glass cases that you can walk around and buy. It was fantastic. I walked out of there with like a stack of like a dozen Way Forward and Limited Run games and sets and stuff. It was a beautiful store, great employees, and it was just an absolute blast. So if you get a chance to check that out, I'm going to be going through a library. They had like the sleeved Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remaster with the outer sleeve on it, and I was like, yeah, that's mine, give me that. I'll take that. No, I got Clock Tower Rewind, and just so I'm gonna be doing some classic remastered gaming myself. Yad, I can join you on that front. But yeah, pretty good summer. Pretty good summer for gaming so far too. Lots of stuff coming up that I'm excited for, including Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that a little later. I think we should let's use Gamescom if you guys are all right with that. That just recently happened.
Sure.
Let's kind of hit Gamescom because there were lots of big announcements about some games that I'm sure we've kind of all been watching as they were announced at various events or press releases or junkets throughout the summer. And I know I have a few that I want to talk about from like the Jeff Keighley opening night spectacular, which was awkward as fuck, man.
I mean, it's Jeff Keighley.
I mean, it was just weird, right? Like the entire room seemed like mostly press, but the presenters were still trying to like get that excitement going like it was a bunch of gamers just in the crowd, and just like you could see the life being sucked out of them. I think like as they were presenting, it was just very awkward in some places, but it is what it is. So let's talk about a few things here, and we'll go around the horn here. So I'll go first and talk a little bit about Project Spectrum. This is one that I am looking forward to, and I thought, Yod, you might be looking forward to this one too a little bit. It's a PvPvE psychological horror game. Now, if you have no idea what that means, join the fucking club, because I have no idea.
PvEVP is basically Hunt Showdown.
No, well, I know what that thanks, Tom. Thanks. I knew what that portion is, but I'm like, how do you make that in a psychological horror universe? So, yeah, there's going to be PvE. Yeah, there's going to be PvP. At some point, it looks like in the video, you can actually become a monster. it really gave fear vibes to me, and IGN noticed that too. They said it had a dash of fear too about it. Going through dark forests and stuff, and powerful weapons, and hunt or be hunted, and this just looks really intriguing to me, Yad.
It does look really interesting, and I'm wondering if they're going to go with a standard PvP VE situation where there's like two teams out there, and then you're also fighting the environment, like monsters and stuff. Or
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
with
like as I
Dark
was
and
watching
Darker,
it,
right? Like run through the
right,
dungeon with your team, try to beat the other team there, beat the other
right,
team up if you need to, type deal.
right. The other thought I had was because you can turn into a monster, is it that one of your crew might be, the big bad, and you're going through your mission or whatever, and all of a sudden your teammate turns on you?
That
Because
could
it
be.
kind of gave that feeling of, the main character could also be a monster of some kind.
I think, Dom, like my biggest question with this is like, how do you psychological horror depends on a narrative. And a
Yes.
PvPvE environment is not exactly known for being a compelling delivery method of narrative. I'm not saying it
I,
can't be done, and I'm not saying some have
yeah.
not done it okay, but you don't really think of PvE VP games as telling a good story most of the time. So that's kind of where I'm really intrigued.
I would argue that Hunt Showdown does it the best right now out of any PvP game. So far that they had a contract for a little while for a TV show that got pulled out of development. Their story is absolutely insane if you follow it, but it's not. It's one of those things where you kind of have to hunt for it. No pun intended. But like it's not in your face when you're playing. It's more of like here's the background as you kill enemies. Your journal gets updated and you can read through while you're on loading screens and stuff and read through your journal and
I think
you
Wind
know
in chat is saying what I kind of think to be the case too. Hunt is a horror game, but I wouldn't say it's psychological horror.
Yeah, no, it's not psychological for sure. But I just mean in a PvEVP environment, they do the story the best. So
Gotcha.
it would be interesting to see how it's done in a psychological fashion because you gotta like take Hunt Showdown and blend it with like Silent Hill, and that's what I'm thinking of for like PvEVP, like
That's exactly
psychological
kind of like
stuff.
what I'm thinking
Yeah,
about. Yeah, but how do you?
yeah,
I'm really interested in, is that story worth it? Like,
it could be.
or is it so surface level because you got to focus on the gameplay first? Because this is going to have
Yeah,
a very repetitive loop. Hunt Showdown has a repetitive loop. That's the whole point of the game. Just like Fortnite has a
and
repetitive
there,
loop.
yeah, and there's a lot of when you get to repetition in horror, right? You start to become desensitized.
Yeah.
So how do you keep the psychological horror there?
Yeah.
Like that's the trick because you could play through Layers of Fear, but like playing through Layers of Fear 14 times, you're not surprised by
Yeah.
anything anymore.
Yad, what do you got here? What's first on your list?
That would be Black Myth Zong Kui. I'm slaughtering a name, obviously.
Oh, from the Black Myth Wukong team. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
I mean Wukong was good, and this one, along with I think there was another game further down the list that was based on like Chinese mythology stuff. I mean, for some odd reason, the Chinese companies are getting some really good graphics, and they're starting to look really pretty here.
Yeah, this closed the show for opening night live. This trailer, and it's
It's a
they talked.
showstopper for sure.
Yeah, definitely. They talked about making like the Black Myth series. So like Black Myth will kind of be the overarching anthology name, but then each of the Wukong, Zonki, they're going to have their own narratives, not necessarily related
Yeah,
to each other, but all kind of part of the Black Myth mythos. Who else did something similar? Like the Man of Medan series by the Until Dawn team kind of did the same thing, where it was an
right.
anthology series, but they were under one label. So instead of having like Black Myth 2, there'd just be Black Myth X, Black Myth Y, Black
Right,
Myth Z,
right.
which makes a
I
lot of
mean,
sense. I mean, it's not like they don't have a ton of Chinese mythology to work with.
Yeah, that's it exactly. I was gonna say there's so much Chinese mythology for them to play with. I think it makes sense in this case that they just delve into it, and because it's called Black Myth, they're gonna take a slightly different look at it as opposed to the strict sense of kind of what the Chinese government wants you to do is this is the mythology, this is
Right.
the rules, this is how it goes. But with the fact that it's called Black Myth, I think they can change some things where some characters that aren't supposed to be villains become villains. You might actually play the bad guy, that type of thing. But on top of that, just a giant tiger. Can't
Yeah.
go wrong.
Yeah. And commanding 80,000 demons.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot of demons to command.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Dom, I didn't
Yeah.
get B-roll in for yours because I saw yours added late there, but what's the first one on your list you're watching?
Cult of the Lamb's upcoming DLC for Woolhaven. I mean, Cult of the Lamb speaks for itself. It needs no introduction. So, getting new content, new areas, enemies, that kind of stuff. Like, it's going to be great. So,
I'm going to go with a World of Warcraft Midnight. Told you we'd get to it in a little bit here. This was, how do I say this? They fucked it up. Blizzard did probably the worst reveal for an expansion that they have ever done here. And we're going to talk about layoffs and how they've impacted the industry towards the end of the show when we get to the kind of the miscellaneous bits and bobs of news. But you can absolutely tell that the 9,000 people laid off under the Microsoft umbrella, a lot of whom were at Activision Blizzard, and a lot of whom, not just at Blizzard, but in other departments, were your kind of PR, communication, community-oriented folks. This was awful. This was awful. First up, all of their marketing material just said, be there at this time for the midnight reveal. Well, the time they put up was the beginning of the opening night live show. And it did not say in anything that they were going to be part of the opening night live show. So a lot of people, I kind of looked at it and said, just from covering these things and being at them live, I was like, they're probably somewhere in the show. But if you would have just gone by the Blizzard site or World of Warcraft site, you would have thought that, hey, I'm going to tune in at 8 o'clock or whatever time it was, and I'm going to see the trailer. It wasn't until an hour and 20 minutes later. So that was kind of confusing for people. They're only saying it wasn't their stays. Metzen had to bail, and their tech wasn't on top of their game. Yeah, Metzen was advertised as being part of that presentation got pulled because Metzen had to leave for other reasons. The tech was awful, but they quickly took down a video of some panel or some panel discussion that they had showed because the audio was just awful on it. But so here's the thing: besides those types of things, you can't control. They sometimes happen, right? And I'm doing audio and video work. I give a little bit of leeway when shit like that happens. The reveal of Midnight was just bad in general.
I mean,
the panels were good if you could find them.
Right.
The information that was in those panels was good, but incomplete. And on a social media front, every bit and feature in Midnight that people would have liked to have heard about was relegated to their shorts video in YouTube, which I don't know about you, but I never go to somebody's YouTube channel and click on shorts and just start scrolling. If I happen to get fed it in the algorithm while I'm, taking a poo, fine. But I'm not going to their channel. And then the official documentation on the website after the fact was clearly maybe written by a really, really bad AI that they put descriptions of the 4 new zones, and they were almost identical. The descriptions with just the words of races and locations changed out. It was, and then there was just lore mistakes in it too. You could tell that there were some key people that were probably let go in the Microsoft layoffs that really should have been in charge of this stuff. And now you're seeing kind of that. Now, since then, they have corrected and updated an awful lot of things and tried to make things more visible. And there's a ton of features that you may not even have known about if you watched Gamescom that you can go and get on their site now. So they're recovering, but it was a really, really, really bad reveal. That trailer, however, was very good, and if you hated it, I don't know what to tell you. I grinned like an idiot seeing the Sunwell.
So are you talking about the video playing now or
Yeah.
the actual cinematic trailer they released?
No, this is the video that I'm playing now. Or the cinematic trailer at the fight at the Sunwell. That's what's going on. Yeah.
You've got like gameplay trailer going.
Yeah, this was the video they showed.
Okay, because I also found online the actual like opening cinematic trailer.
The opening cinematic, that's what I'm talking about, was very, very good. This is the gameplay feature trailer that I'm showing here. Yes. And somebody did a cut. Oh, man. I don't know if you guys saw this. I sent it to like a couple different people. Somebody did a cut of the opening cinematic where they said, I don't know. They tweeted out, they said, hey, I don't know a lot about editing and making videos and stuff like that. But apparently I have figured out the formula. If you put it to the music of Madonna's Like a Prayer, that's how you do this. You beat by beat. And they put the cinematic trailer. I will share it with both of you after this. They put,
oh my God.
I'm sure Omi's seen it. Omi, if you've seen it, feel free to throw the link in chat there for everybody. I forget who tweeted it. I'll have to track it down. It matches perfectly with her praying at the Sunwell, down on her knees. I mean, in the midnight hour. Like, it's perfect. Like, you honestly look at it and you go, shit, Blizzard should have just licensed that music. Like, not taking anything away from Blizzard's music, which is usually incredible, but yeah, they should have licensed that. I'm excited for it, even if the reveal was total crap.
It's like the same thing. Like, how do you not get, Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, I Am Iron Man for the end of Avengers Endgames. Like, I've seen cuts of that where people have put that to it, and it's like, this is the ultimate, like, that should have been what they did. It's just, maybe it's licensing, maybe whatever, they just couldn't get it. But yeah, that would have been amazing. Midnight in Madonna,
Oh, you did see? Okay, Omi, I'll put it in chat at the end of the show then. Very excited about it. Can't wait. 2026, that's all we know right now. New zones, new level cap, all that fun stuff. Can't wait.
I'm not like super excited in the way that I was for like a lot of other expansions. I don't know if it's the fact that we're revisiting like a lot of old zones. It seems like half the expansion is revisiting old zones, right? And that does not really have me too hyped. Like, sure, if it was like a raid or something, I'd be okay with it, but I don't know, like, the Horde's losing a capital city to the Alliance almost. We have to share part of it, and it's like, I
actually liked how they did that. How their Silver Moon is still a Horde city, but there's like a small outskirts section that they are allowing the Alliance to come into. I thought that was smart the way they did that, because where they're setting this, like, you couldn't keep us out of there, right? Like, we have to have access to it as ally punks.
Right. Yeah.
But I still wanted it to be a Horde city. Yeah. I dig it.
If this is storyline, you got to allow them in there.
Give the Horde access to an Alliance base too, like.
But reusing old zones, I can see a certain extent of, reusing that stuff because it's there already.
Yeah.
And, building an expansion stuff, you use what you have.
Sure. It just gets messy because they don't remove the old content that's in that zone, right? Because they have like some time travel feature where you like talk to an NPC and it brings you back to the place of old, and it gets messy of like, which one am I zoned into? How do I get to this raid to get this transmog or this mount? And it's just like it's annoying. I don't like when it's done personally. I understand it. I do. I just don't like it.
And if they do that too often, it will definitely wear on the fan base, because I mean that's kind of partially what killed Destiny, is because of all the reused spaces that you just kept throwing at you as new content when it wasn't new content. So yeah, I can see that, the reusing of old stuff, but in this case, you kind of have to with the storyline that where they're going. So
I'm okay with it.
I'll have to see it.
I'm not mad at it. I'm just not as excited. That's all,
Okay.
I'm
still gonna play it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's not gonna stop me from playing it. I'm just not like jumping over the moon for it. That's all.
I
No, I
have
get it.
found the link and I've put it in chat here. Obviously, I cannot play it on here because the copyrighted
Right.
music is, it's Madonna's
Right.
Like a Prayer. We are not taking a chance with something like that on the old show here.
Right.
Yod, what do you got next?
John Carpenter's Toxic Commandos. Once again, as I said before, I am constantly looking for a first-person shooter or some kind of shooter to replace Destiny, where you get a group setting and you're playing with your friends and you're going in on missions. And this seems like it might work from that aspect.
Destiny 2's just
the-
having huge problems lately, aren't they, man?
It is.
Like, I
It
don't follow
really
the game
is.
religiously, but even I have watched videos in the last 48 hours about people just being incredibly unhappy with stuff.
I mean, yeah, I have not delved into. I haven't watched any of the new material or new content that they drop, but I do see the comments of this is terrible. What's going on here? Why did we even pay for this type of deal? And part of me is like, I am glad I got out of there when I did. I finished the 10-year storyline that I invested into, and I'm done.
And now you want Toxic Commando to take over.
Possibly. I mean, if you can get a crew together, why not? It looks like fun. It's got some aspects of realism with the weapons. It's also got some weird, supernatural crap going on. So yeah, it looks like a fun shooter.
Yod Needs Friends is what this show should be titled, because he's got a bunch of games coming up that he needs at least 3 friends for.
Right.
This should be good if I can get a crew. If I can get a crew. If I can get a crew. Hint, hint, Mike Dom. Hint, hint, Mike Dom. Buy a game. Dom, what do you got next?
Game called Death by Scrolling. I don't know if you got a chance to check this one out.
I don't remember this one.
So this was just it's instead of a side scroller, it scrolls vertically, right? And it seems to be kind of like what's the vampires.io, kind of like you get skills as you go, and you're just weaving through the screen fighting mobs and stuff as you're going through. It's like more of an 8-bit style, 16-bit style game. And the screen is just moving vertically. And if you get stuck behind the wall and the screen scrolls and you're off, you're dead. It's pretty simple.
God. So that would I just remember, like, as a kid and even now playing classic games that had auto-scrolling vertical levels, just the sheer amount of anger that those had the ability to cause.
But it looks a lot like almost like a Zelda style within some of the areas and stuff, too. It's just, you collect weapons, gold, power yourself up. You get like the ability where you can hop fences and things like that. So there's ways to get over some of the obstacles so you don't have to, twist and turn and navigate. You get different heroes and stuff to choose from. It seems like a game that I'm going to be spending quite a lot of time on.
I'll be spending a very, very copious amount on this game, and Yod will not ever play it, but he will watch every stream that I do of Resident Evil Requiem, which showed off a trailer with Grace Ashcroft. More of a narrative thing. I saw, like, IGN called it terrifying. I was like, I didn't think so. Like, no. I mean... kind of was more narrative and setup-y than anything, which I can appreciate. I am all about it. Cannot wait. Yes, just like we did with 7 and 8, I will stream that game from top to bottom when it comes out. So if you're a little squeamish like Yod and like Havoc and you'd rather not play it, but you're down with watching it, you'll be able to do so here, just like you were able to do for RE7 and RE8.
I just don't want to be making a decision. That's
all. Yod, what's next on your list there? Dom, I think that was all your list, right? I
mean, there's some overlap with yours, but yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I know you're an RE guy. You're definitely in on some Resident Evil.
Yeah, I got Cinder City going, but that's about the same as what I want from John Carpenter's Toxic Commandos.
He's like, it looks like a good game with a crew.
Yeah.
If you have a crew.
Yes. Exactly.
Tom and I are gonna have to spend $200 to play every game Yod wants to play with a crew.
As long
Good
as we're not
action
playing
going on.
Crew.
Good shooting. Although this one seems like it might feel a little more like maybe Division-ish with jumping.
Yeah, I kind of got that impression too. I kind of
Yeah,
got
because
that
it's over the
impression.
shoulder look. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little Division-y with the jumping. But I mean, it looks like fun. Like
Last one on my list, and I know, Dom, this is another one. Omi, you spoiled it. Silent Hill F. Yes, yes, please. I actually thought that trailer was more compelling on the creepy front than Resident Evil's was. So I guess
I would agree on
I guess
that.
I disagree with
Yep.
IGN.
Yes.
Not that it gave
That's
a
not a
bunch of
surprise.
details, like it really didn't. But there were some weird happenings and some spooky stuff, and so yeah, I'm all about Silent Hill F. Cannot wait for either of those. Again, another game I will absolutely stream. Absolutely stream.
Silent
I'm
Hill
actually-
is always more about the creepy than Resident Evil was.
It's true.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah.
I'm actually surprised you didn't mention the Monster Hunter Final Fantasy 14 crossover.
Yeah, because I don't care.
You don't. Okay.
No, I mean, I like Final Fantasy. You know, it's my favorite MMO. I like Monster Hunter. We did this before with one. This is just a new one, the Monster Hunter Wilds one coming up. And yeah, I'll go in and do it, but I didn't farm the old one to get, you know, all of the cosmetic gear and the mounts and everything.
Right.
I go to complete it, get the achievement, experience the fight. I'm sure it'll be cool. But I'm not playing Wild, so I don't care about the crossover into that side of things. I only care about the 14 side of things, and it'll be a cool fight, I'm sure. But that's like all it'll be. So yeah, neat, thumbs up, but not like gung ho excited about it.
There was the
Yeah.
He-Man game too.
The He-Man game brought back so much nostalgia, dude.
Right.
Oh,
Right. Which I want to play it. It's not something amazing that I
Do you need a
like,
crew?
oh my god, but yeah, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, Shredder's Revenge.
Be better with a crew,
there.
is what you're saying.
it's always better with a
No.
crew.
No, that one. Well, yeah, they're always better with a crew. But those beat 'em up games, you can play all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, He-Man, that was Masters of the Universe was like one of my favorite cartoons as a kid, like, 7, 8-year-old kid. So yeah, absolutely a big fan
What do you
of
think
a
about the
He-Man
new
beat 'em.
movie coming out?
I'm hopeful. Cautiously optimistic, maybe, is a better way to word that.
It's a good word.
It's a good word. Yod, you got one more. What is it?
Do I? No. Oh, yes. Unbeatable.
Forgot his own
I
list.
love the art style in it. The art style looks amazing, and the rhythm aspect of it, I thought you would have caught on, chosen. But it feels kind of like, and I don't know why my brain can't remember right now the one on Xbox where it's all about the beat and you're going through. It's kind of 3D side scrolly. I don't remember the name to it right now though.
I'm not quite sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like you have like a speaker
Crypt of the
embedded in you.
Necrodancer?
What was that?
Crypt of the Necrodancer?
No. Yeah, I don't
Are you
remember
talking
right
about
now.
Hi-Fi Rush?
Yes, Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it kind of gives me those vibes, but the art style is just amazing looking in this game, and I want to play it just because of the art style.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was another one I was shocked wasn't on your list, Mike, and that was the Indiana Jones DLC.
Yeah, again, I loved that game. Played through it all. I'll play through the DLC, but it was like I only have an hour on the show. So yeah, definitely a thumbs up. Definitely a thumbs up on that one. I will certainly be purchasing that. A game not better with a crew, because the crew just sits there and watches you play.
That's true. Wendy says, I can't believe Lego Batman hasn't been mentioned.
Also good.
I mean,
also good.
Yeah.
Like it was top to bottom. It was a good show.
was.
I mean, even Silksong, showed up and is releasing in 2 days.
Right.
Hello, surprise, everybody. Like there was a lot. Ghost of Yotai is something we didn't even talk about, and even World of Tanks had a new thing with the heat,
Mhm.
which just seemed like World of Tanks with like faster action. I don't know. I really since I don't.
With extra steps.
Yeah, since I'm like only an occasional contributor on MMO Bomb anymore these days, I don't have to follow like every free to play thing out there anymore. So I don't know. Everwind was there. Yeah. So Age of Empires 4. Is there anything else you guys want me to mention? La Divina Commedia. Moonlighter 2. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. We can't cover them all, so let's go cover some miscellaneous news like layoffs. Now, I already mentioned that Xbox got hit with about 9,000 layoffs. And we talked about how that, I believe personally, and I don't think I'm alone in this, how that probably impacted Blizzard's presentation at Gamescom and their social media stuff in general, not just the midnight release. But there were a lot of side effects to this one because studios closed and projects were canceled. And a couple of them I'm really, really upset about. I am really, really upset that ZeniMax Online, makers of the Elder Scrolls Online, got their MMO project, Project Blackbird, canceled because that was apparently very, very far in development. Some internal testing where with executives led the team to believe that, man, this is a really compelling game. Some people had some very brief hands on it. True Achievements wrote up an entire thing because they were able to get information on its story, its type of gameplay, and unfortunately, we are not going to see that. That's gone.
I mean,
Sad
I
face.
totally expected it to get canceled, but Perfect Dark.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
so
Perfect Dark.
wanted another Perfect Dark.
Yep.
Yes.
And I just saw a report today that they actually tried to sell that off ahead of
I mean,
just to make sure it didn't get canceled, but then it ended up getting canceled anyway. Yeah, Rare was hit with layoffs as well, so that canceled Everwild. Banjo-Kazooie and Sea of Thieves director left Rare afterwards. Matt Fior left Bethesda after this as well. Multiple Call of Duty studios were hit with layoff. Kings and ZeniMax obviously got hit. Turn 10 lost about half of its staff. Yeah, this was a slaughter of employees, projects, and talent. And it is incredibly sad to see, Dom, as 2024's massive layoff year continues a little bit here into 2025 as well. And we're 3/4 of the way through it at this point.
Yeah, it's shocking. I was really looking forward to Perfect Dark. Like, I really wanted another game in that. So, I don't know. It's when you think of it, like on the surface, it's like 9,000 employees Microsoft got laid off, and that probably doesn't even like dent them in terms of like you look at how like obviously it's bad. I'm not saying it's not bad, but like it doesn't even dent them as a company. It's like, yeah, we just got rid of 9,000. We're gonna keep going though. It's like 9,000. That's so many people,
right?
You know what I mean? Like that's insane. That's wild. I can't even fathom like how many employees do you think Microsoft has to do 9,000 and just shrug it off? You know what I mean?
Well, let's find out.
hey, there's shrugging off 9,000 employees, which is a terrible thing a company can actually do, of course. But there's also looking at the fact of who those 9,000 are. Because like if they're random drones in their office buildings, yeah, that is terrible. Those people lost their jobs. I'm not saying it's not, but this is like video game talent people.
Yeah.
People that make the games what they are being cut here. So
according to Microsoft,
out,
news.microsoft.com, because I don't trust AI answers, particularly when it's a stat-based things, right? Like that's usually when they're the worst. So news.microsoft.com says that their international employee headcount, total employees across Microsoft, is 103,000. In the United States, it's 125,000 for worldwide numbers of 228,000, so a little over 250,000 as of June 30th of this year. As of June 30th.
That's wild.
Yeah. Now the layoffs were end of June-ish into July-ish. So whether
once again, if you're cutting off some drones or some executives that don't actually do anything,
yeah, we don't care about them. They're not people,
yeah,
right?
yeah. But I mean, like the drones and stuff. Yeah, terrible thing. Executives don't land on their feet, whatever. But I mean, this is people that are making the games the way they're supposed to be made, making the things that you know other people enjoy the way they are. Without these people, these things would not be that way,
Yeah.
and they're not going to be that way from here on out. So that's going to hurt in the next couple of years here.
How about some good news?
Not immediately.
I would love some good news.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 has a release date of October 21st.
You know they're not going to do it.
Shut up!
Oh, you didn't hear, Mike? About 10 seconds ago, they said that they were pushing it back.
I've been waiting for this game and talking about this game on this show for so long, and I know it's going to be absolutely abysmal when it actually comes out now. But remember, this was the one that, like, basically in 2023 got shipped to a whole new developer from Hardsuit Labs to the Chinese room. It was going to release in fall of 2024, then early 2025, then delayed again to prioritize polishing the game. And they said, hey, this game was done and ready for fall of 2024's release. We just want time to make it really, really, really polished. So this game better fucking be really, really, really polished when it comes out October 21st, 2025.
What's going to happen
when it comes out on that day?
What's going to happen if this launches and it's a cyberpunk incident?
I hate both of you. I should have just canceled this show. I should have.
I bet they're still going to push it to end of Q4.
Do you honestly think they're going to delay it again? Like, fucking with me aside, do you think they're going to delay it again?
Considering its track record, I would not be surprised.
I don't think it's going to be, but in the same vein as Yog, I would not be surprised if it did. It wouldn't even faze me. I'd be like, yeah.
Like, if you're going to make the statement that, hey, this was ready for the fall 2024 release, but we're going to, like, it better be the most polished thing that came out, because you delayed
Zero bugs.
You delayed it a year saying that it was ready to ship. We want to polish it. Like,
but how many times has a game said that before and it came out with shit?
Right. Well, so no, that's my. We hear that. Oh, we're going to delay it a month. We're going to delay it 2 months because based on beta feedback, we want to implement some polishing and stuff. This, I think, is a bit different when you say, "Oh, that fall 2024 date, we were ready. We could have shipped it, but we're going to delay for polish, and it's a year later that you end up dropping. Not a month or two. It's a year later. Like that's different."
Which tells me they tell you it's polished.
Yeah, which tells me they're lying. They're fucking
it's actually some damn freaking coconuts they removed from the base code that screwed everything up.
I mean, Omi's right. They eventually did fix Cyberpunk, but I don't think Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 gets the same time that Cyberpunk got to fix itself because of the switch in developers, the delay. Like, I think if you come out with a nasty product, you're just done. You're just done in the water there. Just like Splitgate 2, which may not be done, but it could be done as well. So Splitgate 2 decided that it was just going to unlaunch itself. It was just going to YOLO itself back into not being launched. We saw this years ago. Do you guys remember with Amazon's Crucible?
Oh, yeah.
That team-based shooter that came out in the beta and then, like, YOLO'd itself back into closed beta and then YOLO'd itself into being canceled. Back in June, Splitgate 1... I was covering it for MMO Bomb at the time. Splitgate 1, it's a shooter game with portal aspects to it, right? You can pop from one place to another via portals. Splitgate, the original one, like, kind of caught on, like, out of nowhere. And 1047 Games got a ton of funding because of how well received Splitgate was. And then all of a sudden, 1047 just said, we're done developing for Splitgate because we're working on the next item in that IP. and we didn't know what it was, but then it became Splitgate 2, which YOLO launched in June of this year, and now it's unlaunching. Because, yeah, they kind of screwed it up. They're also cutting some staff from the team. Servers are going to go down for the next month for the original Splitgate as a cost-cutting measure, so they're shutting those down. And from 1040 Games CEO Ian Prolux, in a Polygon interview, he said, basically, I feel like we missed the mark, and I don't think that's a secret. Now, remember, this was the guy who took to the stage at last year's Summer Game Fest with the Make FPS Great Again hat.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that? We talked about it on this show, and it was just like, okay, this is dumb. I don't care what your political views are. This is just dumb. And so he tried to, like, talk that away. He said, we've heard your feedback, and we agree with you. We launched too early. This was from a note in the game on the games community forums. We had ambitious goals with Splitgate 2, and in our excitement to share it with you, we bit off more than we could chew, so we're going back to beta. That's never a good thing, obviously.
No.
Never a good thing.
No.
You know what is
I don't
a good
think
thing?
it's coming back out of beta.
I think there's a chance it doesn't. Yeah, I think you're right. So we talked at the top of the show about Black Myth becoming its own kind of like series of games. Do you know who else is doing that?
Who else?
Claire Obscure. Expedition 33.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a beautiful game. Oh. So glad I picked that one up. 5 minutes
up?
in, I'm just like totally in love with the game, and it just kept getting better. What a great RPG. But they're not done with the world of Claire Obscure, and they're setting it up to be the same type of thing where Claire Obscure is the franchise name, and Expedition 33 is just one of the stories they wanted to tell in this franchise. And I say more power to them. Dom, did you work your way through Expedition 33 yet?
I did not. No, not yet.
Oh God, what is wrong with you?
Everything.
Everything. Yod, did you play yet? Got the art. The
on
art's
my
in
list.
there. It's on your list.
It's on my list.
You don't need a crew. You can play by yourself. You don't got to wait for us.
I know. I got this thing to do here, and she's staring at me.
Yeah, you got a little Val drawn there. I wonder what's going on that table.
Oh.
Stuff.
Cool stuff.
So
Let's-
yeah.
Let's go do games of the week. Games of the Week is the way we end every episode of Gaming Gumbo. It's where all three of us are going to give you a game. Could be a video game, board game, card game, mobile game, something where you're playing now, played in the past, or haven't played but think you should check out. And you let us know in the comments while you're chiming in on all your favorite announcements over the last 30 days or so, particularly from Gamescom, which one of us gives the best recommendation, and make sure to throw your recommendation to us in the comments there too. Yod, you're up. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy Tactics because it's got that remaster coming.
Coming up.
Mm.
Yep.
Mhm.
And you gotta play through the original first though.
Coming up.
Because someone we know hasn't finished it still.
That is true. That is
I
true.
have, so it's not me.
That would be a Mr. Torchwick. Dom,
Yeah.
what do you got?
I don't normally plug my own stuff, but I'm actually very excited for this. My company was just at PAX West this past weekend, and we have announced a brand new game called Dumpster Divers, which is a online co-op scavenging game where you get to basically play as like a thrown out, rejected puppet, so to speak, and you collect garbage and you try to build up money and whatnot. You could upgrade your home base. You could craft different items to help you basically through the game. And I'm very, very excited to get this into people's hands.
This is from your employer, Gaggle?
It is, yes.
Yeah, from the Goose Goose Duck fame.
Yep.
Or 7 Minutes in Hell, too.
Yeah, it's on Steam right now, so you could wish list it.
So you want to tell me about this coming soon label on Gaggle's website?
Yeah.
I see Goose Goose Duck. I see 7 Minutes in Hell. I see Dumpster Divers, and then I see this. There's a coming soon.
There is a fourth game in development. Can't really talk about it, but yeah, we.
What a bunch of horseshit! What a bunch of horseshit!
What's the point of having someone on the inside on the show if you're not going to tell us anything?
Right, if you're not going to break your NDAs and all of your employer agreements, you're fired. You're fired. I'm going to give you the war within.
It's so hard to keep Dumpster Divers like out of my mouth. Like I've been just so excited that I'm so excited to be able to talk about it. That's why I was like, I gotta talk about it. So.
What a weird sentence. I've had such a hard time keeping Dumpster Divers out of my mouth.
which is really funny because like a long time ago, like me and my friends, we were at a concert. We went to go see Fort Minor way back in the day, right? And I separated from my friends, and we were trying to find like somewhere that was open to go to the bathroom, and we're wandering through, and my friends saw some guy in a black hat, and I was wearing a black hat. They thought it was me, and he's in the dumpster, and he's like scavenging around, and they're like, "Dom, what are you doing in the dumpster?" and the guy like comes out, and he like fans out a bunch of like CD cases of Mozart. And he's like, "They have Mozart in here," and they're just like, "Oh, okay," and they just like slowly walked away. So I was talking to my team. I was like, "We got to try to get Mozart for me because my friends will get a kick
it's like
out of
very
that, so.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
They all float, Georgie. Down here, we all float, Georgie. That's the Tim Curry Pennywise, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, they all float, Georgie. I'm going to give The War Within. I've been playing a ton of it. Go play the damn thing and hit me up. We'll do some mythics together. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Some of the changes are fantastic, and I can't wait to see them continue.
Are you offering to be part of someone's crew?
Yeah, if somebody would like to be part of my crew.
The tables have turned. We need some more crew members to go through. What are you waiting for, Yad?
How the turns have tabled. That's going to do it for the show today. Thanks so much for joining us. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience while we had a very busy summer. We will be back next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, here on Ready Check Radio for another episode of Gaming Gumbo. Until then, Yad, where can everybody find you?
Yad Art works on most social medias except for Twitter.
Oh, yeah, you dropped Twitter, so you got to update your slide and take the little blue birdie off of there.
Yep. Change to a butterfly, and I'm good.
You got it. Dom.
You can find me at the 9 Inch Nails concert tomorrow in Barclays Center in New York. But you could also down there,
right down.
Get out of this camp.
Exista.
I'm Mike Byrne. You can follow me right there at MagicMan1, but more importantly, follow at RC Radio, RAIDEO, and you'll know every time we're going live with a podcast, a stream, some Final Fantasy trading card game live gameplay, and more. Stay safe. We'll see you on the servers.